Well, time to talk about another Xbox downgrade, because apparently the newest Xbox Series X major game coming to Game Pass is now out, and it's basically a PlayStation 5 downgrade, which is just such a confusing circumstance that I want to try and discuss. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, part of the reason I'm so fascinated in these technical breakdowns and console comparisons really comes down to, more than anything else, a deep fascination. The Xbox Series X is incredibly strong. I mean, anybody who's ever looked at a technical specification chart, the thing is actually packed with a lot of very important, very cutting-edge power. It seems like getting games to run good on it would be incredibly simple, or at the very least doable, and yet there keeps being strange performance issues. So today, I was actually taking a look at this over on Twitter. Digital Foundry has just dropped a new video all about Ghostwire Tokyo. Now, it's important to just point this out. This is a Microsoft game. This is an Xbox game studio making a game for the Xbox Series X after it originally was on the PlayStation 5 due to contractual obligations, and yet somehow this version is just substantially and measurably worse from everything from, it actually has input delay, which is, literally measurable. You can actually see the fact that it has a million different graphics modes, but even in these graphics modes, the pixel count, the PlayStation 5 version is across the board just technically better. Even when it comes to frame rate and stuff, if you want the best version of this Xbox game, you can't play it on Xbox. Even frame rate and stuff, technical details, it's just insane to me because it doesn't really make sense. Why would Xbox make this game better on the PlayStation 5? What is causing them to do this? Now, the previous theory that a lot of people were kicking around as to why cross-gen stuff, cross-party stuff, things that were coming to the Series X and the PlayStation 5, most of the time they run better on PlayStation 5, and the prevailing theory was the fact that, honestly, PlayStation 5 sales are just so much higher, maybe they were favoring it. A lot of console sales, let's face it, software is going to be way, way higher on the system that has more consoles. And if we just look at it, just a side-by-side comparison, Xbox sales are very low and they keep somehow going lower, whereas the PlayStation 5 is literally breaking records, it's selling so fast. But this kind of disproves the theory that everybody's had. Everybody assumed that, there was some sort of background decision, board meetings of people saying, okay, make the PlayStation 5 version first, make the Xbox version second. We need to make sure that our main sales point, where it's actually going to make us the most cash, is where it runs best. But now we know that's not the case. This technical breakdown with Ghostwire Tokyo is extra confusing because this is with an extra year of time. This came out on the PlayStation 5 last year. And I'll be honest, I loved it. I loved it more than most people did, honestly. A lot of people kind of had problems with its grindy open world settings and stuff, but I really enjoyed it. I'm a big fan of Tango Gameworks. I think it's honestly one of the best studios that Xbox has. Obviously, their other game, Hi-Fi Rush, was also a freaking masterpiece. So why, with an extra year of development time, why can't they actually get it up to at least PlayStation 5 parity? I think that Xbox, more than anything else, has a talent problem. Now, this is my own thoughts. This is my own conspiracy theory from seeing things like this. A lot of people have been quitting Xbox from the developer side. Big, important names have been leaving companies like 343 Industries, which makes Halo. We've seen other major departures. It looks like Shinji Mikami, the dude who invented Resident Evil and who is working on games at Tango, he is departing. It really sounds like a lot of people that are the most dedicated to working on Xbox are moving on. They're going to other studios, other companies, sometimes even leaving the industry. But why is this? if I could just spitball, if I could just speculate, and I hope I'm wrong on this, I do think that perhaps Microsoft has some sort of management problem. Now, from what I've heard, working at Xbox is actually pretty cool. I have some people occasionally that I run into, developers and stuff, and they say that maybe the best part about working at Microsoft or at a Xbox studio is that they are very hands-off. They leave you the freedom to make your art, to be creative, to figure things out. They're not one of those crappy companies that's imposing their views and crushing you down. It sounds like they really do give people a lot of long leash, a lot of long leeway. I think that maybe Xbox, maybe you need to crack down a tiny bit. When I think about things like, honestly, Redfall running at 30 frames a second at launch, that's a bad sign. The rumors of freaking Starfield running at 30 frames a second. The trailers for Starfield even had a lot of frame rate issues. It's kind of strange to me that even the biggest budget, most hyped, most dedicated, focused projects going on at Xbox right now definitely seem to be having some issues actually running on the Xbox. Now, I guess some people have sort of posited they're calling this the Game Pass problem. Now, what they mean by that is that it does seem like Game Pass is a very different style of business. Xbox wants that long-term cash. They want you to stay subscribed, to keep you just checking out the games that are coming out every single week. Right as I was just filming this video and setting up my camera here, they dropped a new giant set of release dates. This is everything that's coming out on the Xbox Series X Game Pass, PC Game Pass here in just the next couple of weeks. This is a very, very, very impressive set of games. I mean, it's hard to deny the fact that they're definitely getting those good licensing agreements. Xbox Game Pass is genuinely the best deal in gaming. But some people have started to say, okay, is this ending up going to be some sort of detriment? It does seem like instead of trying to have big, crazy, high-tier $70 exclusives like Sony does, stuff that's going to make you want to show up and put your money where your mouth is, it seems more like Xbox just wants you to get in the door. Okay, how can we bombard you with 1 million AA games and really good indie games, and then have, sprinkle in a couple AAA games that maybe they won't be the best, but over time, they'll get updated, they'll get patches. Like Sea of Thieves, no hate against that game. It was never really my cup of tea, but it's definitely grown a lot. It's definitely gotten 1 million updates. It has a massive amount of players, and it's definitely made hundreds of millions of dollars for Xbox. But that game did not launch with a ton of content. That game kind of just got dropped out there. They slowly supported it. They slowly built it up. They slowly prepared it to become this epic Game Pass exclusive that people want to participate in. And I'm kind of afraid that this is going to end up being detrimental in the long run. If people are going to play it, they're going to play it on Game Pass and then move on, maybe they're less focused on that day one performance. Maybe they're completely fine with a game like Ghostwire, which is a freaking exclusive, just dropping it and then forgetting it, dropping it and going, okay, people will play it on Game Pass, and if they hate it, well, they'll play something else. Oh, Starfield doesn't have the best frame rate? Okay, they'll play it, and if they want to wait, it's still going to keep them subscribed to Game Pass. Oh, Redfall doesn't look fantastic? That's fine. People will play it on Game Pass and then move on to the next big Game Pass game. When I see these dropping sales of the Xbox Series X, I can't help but attribute that to the failure of Game Pass to some degree. The lack of big exclusives, the lack of big release dates, that lack of hype, and then even when these games do come out, when they actually are fun, they're not quite as smooth as a PlayStation 5 game would be. But these have just been some off-the-cuff thoughts. What do you guys think about the Xbox Game Pass problem? What do you think about these performance issues? And are they really a big deal to you? Is 30 frames a second enough? Thank you so much for watching. Hey, I actually got a bunch of big videos coming very, very soon, including a Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores DLC review, Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster, which I'm working on a bunch of stuff for, and I already have a Dead Island review edited that's like 15 minutes long that's going up on Thursday morning. So busy, busy, busy. I love you guys very much. Have a great day and keep dreaming. And also, honestly, I just wanted to film a video standing up, so sorry there's no fancy green screen today. I just want to have a nice chill video. A chill video. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.